9.2 Angles in radian measure. Drawing angles in standard position. In this lesson, we will expand on the study of angles to include angles with measure that can be any real number. Alright, angles in standard position. In a coordinate plane, an angle can be formed by fixing one ray called the initial side and rotating the other ray called the terminal side on the vertex. Any angle in standard position when its vertex is at the origin and its initial side lies on the positive x-axis. So over here, you got our initial side right here. Vertex is at the origin. Your terminal side, in this case, is right here, where you end your second ray. The measure of an angle is positive when you rotate the terminal counterclockwise, like so, this one, right? And it is negative when you rotate clockwise. So if I go down from that terminal side right there, then it would be a negative rotation. The terminal side of an angle can rotate more than 360 degrees. Okay, so it can go more than 360 degrees, and yes, we will do that. Okay. Okay, I'm going to scoot this on down. Let's make it a little bigger. Okay, here we go. Concept number 1, drawing angles in standard position. Draw an angle with the given measure in standard position of 240 degrees. Okay, so a couple things here to notify or to identify is that it starts at 0 degrees. This up here would be 90 degrees. All the way across would be 180 degrees, 270 degrees, and then back to 360 degrees. So if I'm going 240 degrees, then maybe you can do this a lot of different ways, but maybe I think, oh, I'm going to go 180 degrees and then 60 more. Okay, so where is that? About right here. Okay, so I go this 180 degrees and then 60 more, and there's my 240 degrees. Okay, I could have gone, if I could have thought about it, maybe going 270 degrees, but minus the 30 degrees to get to 240 degrees. All right, but I did this in my head, 180 degrees plus the 60 degrees equals the 240 degrees. B, 500 degrees. All right, so this one is more than 360, so I'm going to go the 360, and then maybe I go just 140 more, or maybe I go the 90 and then the 50 more. Just kind of how you see it, but I'm going to start here. I'm going to go all the way down 360 and then do 140 more, so it's probably right about there. It's 500 degrees. And again, I kind of just thought about it like this. 360 degrees plus 140 degrees gives me my 500 degrees. Next one, negative 50 degrees. Alright, so this time I'm going to go down clockwise, and 50 degrees is less than even 90 degrees, right? So then I'm just going down. So where's 50 degrees? I'd say maybe right here. And I'm just going down, and there's my negative 50 degrees. Okay, so my initial side was always going towards that 0 degree, and then I'm making a rotation on the vertex, the origin, right there, right? And then there's my terminal side is where I end. Alright, number 2, you're going to do the same exact thing. Just go ahead and draw your angle in your terminal side, and off we go here. I'm going to go ahead and show you the answers. So pause now, and here you go. I didn't write it, but 390 degrees here. Negative 160 degrees here. and 690 degrees here. And you can go past the 360. Alright, there we go. Go ahead and pause it if you need more time. I'm going to go ahead and move on to concept number 2. Alright, concept number 2, finding coterminal angles. Okay, so coterminal, right? Co would mean like the together, right? And then terminal is that the end side. So I need, in this case, to find one positive angle and one negative angle that are coterminal, meaning they have that same terminal side. Alright, so when I do this, I'm going to do it for negative 45 and 395. Basically, I'm going to start with my negative 45, and I have to go to that same endpoint. So what I'm going to do is really add and subtract by 360. Now it could be 720 if I need to do 360 times 2, but it's always going to be in relation to 360 to get us kind of back at that same place. So negative 45 plus 360 is 315, and there's my positive angle. Okay. And then if I take negative 45, how do I get a negative angle? Well, I'm going to go ahead and subtract 360 this time, and that gives me negative 405 degrees, and there's my negative angle. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that. 360 minus 45 is 315. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to go start here. I'm going to go all the way around, and that's about right there. And there's my 315 degrees. And the next time I'm going to go around, I'm going to, again, positive is the counterclockwise. Now I'm going to go negative, so I'm going to start and go clockwise, and I'm going to go negative 405. So that's the negative 365, and then a negative 45. So like that. And there's my negative 405 degrees. And I'm just going to do one more, and that is my initial, right? So just negative 45 degrees. And there we go. That's pretty close, maybe just a tad more than 45 degrees, but there we go. They're all three go to that terminal side. We had the positive, we had a negative, and then we had that initial negative 45 degrees. Okay. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing this time for B, which is 395 degrees. Okay, so I want one positive, one negative. Alright, so what if I subtract 360 right off the bat? And that will give me just 35 degrees, and that's positive. Okay, awesome. So I got my positive, and I subtracted. So this time, in order to get the negative from 395 degrees, I have to subtract 2 times 360, which is 395 minus 720, which is now going to give me negative 325 degrees. So because I subtracted 60 the first time and I still got a positive, I had to double it to get to the negative. Alright. So now I have those two, and here we go. Let's go ahead and start. I'll just do this color here. 35 degrees. Okay, so that's about right there. 35 degrees. Next one was a negative 325, so I'm going to go here. And I'm going to go all the way around, and there's my negative 325. Not quite 360. And then the last one we have is the original, which was the 395, and that's positive. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go all the way across. And there's my 395 degrees. Okay, there we go. We have number 3. You're going to do basically the exact same thing with number 4. Please pause now, try those problems, and then unpause to check your work. I'm going to show it now. There we go. There is 4, A and B. Pause and continue to work on that if you need it. I'm going to go ahead and flip it on over.